Yasin, thank you so much for joining us here at IMpower. Great to see you. Tell me what conversations you're having this week with colleagues and what it is you're hoping to glean from the event and impart to those you speak to.
So we're having a lot of kind of conversations around how to integrate sustainability. There's quite a few conversations around customization, and sustainability is a massive part of that. There is a tendency in the industry to provide one-size-fits-all kind of solutions, and there's a lot more kind of bespoke requests because sustainability has a large subjective element, especially when you're talking about different geographies, different regions, different focuses. So how can we kind of customize or even hyper-customize solutions for clients in a cost-effective way?
And you're doing that through one of your new products. Tell me about AutoCIO and what that's aiming to do.
So AutoCIO is our platform which allows clients to build hyper-customized, active equity investment strategies through a digital interface. So there's a few key terms there, but the key one is the active part. So these aren't kind of passive customization products, but these are active because under the hood, our research team, we've been working over the last 4 or 5 years on an artificial intelligence engine which essentially forecasts and understands behaviors in the financial markets, and we combine that with portfolio optimization technology to allow essentially a large or massive degree of customization at scale really cost effectively.
You mentioned AI there, and when you look under the hood in your product, that there's a brilliant tech that lies beneath. How is artificial intelligence changing the face of asset management?
So not just within asset management, but within all walks of life. We're seeing AI emerging in our mobile phones, the way we interact with shopping, the way we interact on a daily basis. AI is coming and is already there. And in the asset management space, we're seeing it across not just our specific about building strategies and understanding alpha and behaviors of financial markets, but across the whole value chain from sales, operations, etc. But it's still early days. This technology, while some of the models within there are quite well understood and they've been around for quite a while, the actual implementation is quite a new technology. So there is a bit of hesitation, especially when you go back to where we specifically work in the investment space. But there's a lot of work around explainability and understand how it's integrating, and there is also a sense of inevitability as well. And so you see a lot of organizations and asset managers now putting a lot of emphasis on digital transformation projects or having whole teams around this and how they can incorporate AI across their whole value chain.
You talked there about this specifically in this industry, and the interesting thing about investment is it is a very personal business. You're dealing with people's finances, and the end investor is somebody that wants to perhaps have a human that's answerable to them. Do you think that's where some of the reluctances lie to adopt some tech, is that this is seen as a relationship business?
But I think there is a paradox there because it is personal, and then personal usually implies customization or preferences or values and alignment to those. And at the moment, the solutions to deliver that are very limited. You have some passive products which have, if you look at the robo-advisor space, they had very, very narrow options to offer to their clients. And then on the institutional line, sometimes it takes a very long time to develop any kind of solution, and there's a massive barrier to entry in terms of the ticket size, etc., like that. So I think AI is not about implementing AI into your process, it's about implementing efficiencies, it's about implementing more kind of scale, more basically choice. And that's what essentially we're doing. We're not essentially saying take our AI, we're saying look, we can offer you customization at a much more cost effective.
Making it even more personalised,
yes.
Interestingly. How easy or difficult are you finding that conversation at the moment with some of the more sort of traditional investment houses?
So I think it's basically a 50-50. So half are kind of maybe not fully there yet. They want to understand a lot more. They're waiting, a lot of them waiting. But then the other half are kind of clients we're speaking, it's kind of a bit of light bulb kind of moment. So, they're seeing all their kind of demands for customization, bespoke requests. There's a massive fee pressure in the industry. And then they see our technology and they get it. And then they also connect that with basically all other kind of industries and what's happening there.
And also, I guess it's when companies are looking at ESG integration as well, that's another way of helping that, is having those tech solutions there.
Yeah, so ESG is actually at the DNA of our company. So we were spun out 2.5 years ago. So we're a fintech startup. We spun out from our asset management arm, and asset management arm is over nearly 9 years old. And that's focused on sustainable investing. And our sister company is an ESG data provider. So one of the key things around the customization is about sustainability and how we integrate that and make that basically available as a customization offer for our clients. So we're seeing a lot of that in the sub-advisory space, for example, where we speak a lot to a lot of kind of different requests on, someone's interested in water in the Asia Pacific, someone's interested in a climate strategy for European. So we're seeing lots of different kind of requests.
It sounds like you're in an absolutely sweet spot at the moment in terms of your expertise in AI, data and ESG. So great to hear what you're doing. Thank you so much for joining us here at IMpower.
Thank you. Cheers.